How you doing today, my friends? Mr. Green here. Sorry I haven't been making lots of videos in the last month. We're getting married this year, and just all the wedding stuff and the extra hours I've had to put in for work, and so yeah, we've been quite busy with that. So that's the reason I haven't got a video up lately. But don't worry, I'm still around. I'm still going to be putting out videos. But right now we're going to start a new series. Um, I'm going to take this old Yamaha 1988 Yamaha Big Bear. It's got a 350. I just got brand new tires on it 2 years ago. There's a video on my channel. You guys want to check that out. And we're going to convert this into a two-seater go-kart. So this is going to be one of two builds. I'm actually going to do this one first. This is going to end up being the kids' two-seater, and eventually I'm going to build another one a little bit bigger with a 620cc engine, and I'm going to use a torque converter on it so that I get better top speed, and that'll be my bike that I go rip around on. But so I'm going to do this one first, and we're going to see how this one all turns out, and I can learn from this one. I'll kind of take you through the steps. First thing we're going to do is just strip this thing down, and I'm going to use as much of the parts off of this one as I possibly can. I want to make it as cheap as I can. The motor runs great on this bike. It's just I don't know, it is what it is, this old bike. It's, it always starts, but it needs a new muffler, so I want to change things up, and I want to be able to let my kids take it for rides and feel a little safer about it. So yeah, so that's the goal at hand. But first things first is I'm going to start stripping this down, and I've got the seat off it already, but yeah, that's just the beginning. So I'm going to just bring you back in a little while once I've got this thing stripped down some, and we'll take a look at the meats of it. Okay, my friends, it's been about an hour, and I've now got a big pile of plastics and racks and all of that stuff off, and now we're just down to the bare machine. Now, I had a few people ask how I had ran my tubing for my my intake. So that's how I had ran it. So it goes into the air box back here, comes in, comes out around here straight, and then back in, and then up. So just so you know, that's obviously all going to be changed once I rebuild this. But alright guys, now the goal here is, this is obviously going to have to be stretched out a lot more to accommodate two people to sit inside. But I also have to keep in mind that if I'm going to keep the drivetrain that's here, I'm pretty long. I'm like almost 3 feet long from the front of the engine back, maybe even a little bit longer than that. So I'm going to have this come up, and then they're going to have to be like more upright sitting seats, which is fine. I'll just have to change the angle of the steering, which is fine too. And then yeah, so now it's going to be a matter of just start stripping everything off of this, and keeping in mind I'm going to have this video to kind of go over everything and make sure that I don't forget where everything is plugged in, and so on and so on. But yeah, this is currently a 4-wheel drive. That will be changed. It's only going to be a 2-wheel drive. It takes away the fun. With this one, it's all-time 4-wheel drive, and having 2-wheel drive is a lot of fun. I'm not into going through really deep mud holes and stuff. Yeah, we have a few, and I have done it in the past, but it's so hard on your machine, and a lot of the time we're just touring around, in the bush and stuff like that. So 2-wheel drive is going to be just fine. With 350cc, that's got enough power to turn those back wheels as much as I need. And it is posi track all time, always on the back, so you always do have true 2-wheel drive. So so yeah, that's the next step at hand here. Is I'm going to start stripping this thing down, and I'll just keep bringing you guys back throughout the process, and we'll see you soon. Okay, my friends, well, she's pretty much stripped right down now. There's If you look on the table here now, I have got all the parts laid out. There is an enormous amount of wiring for just a four-wheeler. Like, that's the wiring harness, all of that. And it's all interconnected, and what a pain in the butt it is to get all of that out of there. I got the carburetor out. It really needs a good cleanup, and I may rebuild it. And when I do have the motor out, I want to check the valve spacing. So I have a gauge, filler gauge for that. So we'll test that once it's out. I made sure I plugged the input in from the carburetor, but still got to get the oil cooler off, and then I'm going to start with the rear end, taking it all off, and then I can take a look at the frame, because I'd like, if I can, would be to build off the front a little bit and cut just behind the wheels and attach to there and leave that whole front, because there's all the shock towers and the A-arms and all of that. To try to rebuild all of that at the right angles, it's already done for me, so why not cut the frame and fit it in there. And then the motor is going to be moved back, and then it's going to be stretched out. So I'm going to go take a little break. I've got about 3 hours into it right now to get to this point. It's always the easiest just stripping stuff down. So, but yeah, we'll continue on with this video once I get a little bit further today. And yeah, this whole video is just going to be just stripping this down, and then the part 2 will be start laying out the new frame. So we'll be back here in a little bit. Okay guys, well, you can see I've got it stripped down even a little more. Now I've got the front tires off, bumpers, all the rock guard for the bottom is all off. So the pile is getting quite big now. But the next thing I'm working on is getting rid of everything that I'm not using in this front end. The front brakes have been gone for years and years and years, and they're not being used. So that's all extra weight. So these are coming off. I got to take off all the front differential and the shafts and everything. So that's going to be my next step. Now I am considering upgrading the shocks. Obviously these ones are extremely old and they don't do a whole lot for dampening. So that one and the back one I think are going to be the only things that I definitely know I'm replacing. But yeah, so that's where I am right now. This shouldn't take too long to get this all apart, because I'm taking everything right out anyways. Now the goal is I'm going to cut. Originally I was going to take out the motor and all of that, but that's unnecessary for me to do that, because I can reuse a lot of what's here already. All the frame mounts and all of that stuff's there already. It fits in there the way it's supposed to. I just got to get rid of the one shaft that runs up for the front wheel drive, or the front drive, and then it's going to get cut somewhere in about here, and then it's going to be lengthened, boxed around the motor, and so on and so on. So I'm going to lose some of this tubing and stuff, but some of it is going to just stay. And all right, well, I'm going to tackle this front end, and sorry I'm not recording everything, because I think this is easier for you guys to follow and keep people interested if I just kind of bring you back, and so that these videos don't end up being extremely long. Once I get to fabbing it back up, the videos may be a little bit longer so that I can show some of that, but right now it's just me disassembling, so I don't want to make this too boring for you guys. But here I go blabbing on right now, but I'm going to take care of this right now, and I'll show you once I got the front end taken apart. Okay my friends, well, I've been working now, it's about 6 hours into this now, and I've now got the whole front end taken apart. The steering column and everything is all out. The oil cooler is out. The only thing that's really left here is the motor and the rear drivetrain. Other than that, there's all the wiring harnesses, carburetor, exhaust, except right from the head, because I don't know if that would ever come off. So But I have a question for anybody out there that knows. Um, these are the style hubs that come with this. Hopefully I got all this in frame. And they slide in there. And then these are the old drive shafts. And this would go through, and then this is what bolts on and holds your hub on. Now, because I'm making this two-wheel drive and not four-wheel drive, can I just disassemble this and use this part to hold my wheel on now? Because I have no other way of keeping the wheel from just falling off. If anybody knows or has any other ideas, please leave a comment down in the comment section. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you have any other ideas that I'm not thinking about, now I'm going to give you just a quick run by of what the next step is going to be. The next step is where fabrication actually comes into play. So my idea is to cut it just in front of the exhaust on the bottom, right across. This center post is going to come out completely, and then it's actually going to be straight up and down after, and then I'm going to cut it up here. And I'm not sure where I'm going to attach it back in later, but that doesn't really matter right away. And then I've got some square tubing over there that I'm going to build out. It's going to go out as wide as the tires, and then back up, and then tie into the front. And that's how I'm going to square everything up and strengthen it. But it's going to be a little bit longer, and then the seats are going to be up a little bit higher above the engine. So yeah, it should work out just perfect. You know, I've never done this before, but not afraid to take on tasks like this, because, hey, you don't know if you can do it unless you try. So I love fabricating, and this is a lot of fabricating coming up. So, but thanks a lot for everybody checking out this video. This is going to be the end of part one. This is just disassemble of this 1988 Yamaha Big Bear, and it is a 350. So yeah, next video will be cutting the frame and starting in on getting all of the other tubing cut to length for the frame. And yeah, so we'll be back then. So please remember to subscribe, so when these new videos come out, I'll at least get one out a week. Hopefully quicker than that, but this is going to take a little bit of time to build. So, but yeah, so please remember to subscribe, and as always, if you could click that thumbs up button, it would be greatly appreciated. Have a great day.